we're going to have the equation y equals x squared minus 3x plus 2. Now again, you see the negative sign in the middle. This means that we are going to look for two negative factors. So we're going to factor 2, or find the factors of 2, which are 1 and 2, but also -1 and -2. Whenever we add these numeric factors together, we get 3 and -3. Because our b term, or our middle term here, is -3, we're going to use factors -1 and -2. So y will equal x minus 1 times x minus 2. Say I have y equals x squared minus 6x plus 9. What are factors of 9? 9 and 1, 3 and 3. Whenever we add them together, we get a positive 10 and a positive 6. Remember, we have a negative sign here. So we need to use negative factors, -9 and -1, -3 and -3. Whenever we add these together, we get -10, -6. We're going to use the two factors of -3 because they add up to our b term of -6. We'll get y equals x minus 3 times x minus 3. Now we can also do y equals x squared minus 10x plus 16. We need factors of 16 that add up to -10, so we're going to look for negative factors. -1 and -16, -2 and -8, -4 and -4. Whenever I add these together, I get -17, -10, -8. -2 and -8 add up to -10. So my equation would be y equals x minus 2 times x minus 8. Now sometimes there are equations where the c term, the last term, is negative, like y equals x squared plus 2x minus 3. Okay? Now, in this case, we're going to look for factors of a -3. Because 3 is negative, the factors, the numeric factors, one will be negative and one will be positive. Okay? For instance, factors of 3 are usually 1 and 3. But 1 times 3 is positive 3. So in order to find a factor -3, we need to make one negative. Okay? And because we do this, there's another set of factors with a positive 1 and a -3. Because -1 and positive 1 are two different numbers, and positive 3 and -3 are two different numbers, these are two different sets of factors. Now, whenever I go to add these together, -1 plus 3 is a positive 2, while positive 1 plus a -3, or a positive 1 minus 3, is a -2. Okay? Now, our b value here is a positive 2. So we're going to use the factors -1 and positive 3. So our equation will be y equals x minus 1 times x minus 3. I'm sorry, x plus 3. And the x-intercepts we get would be x equals 1 and x equals -3. Another example. This one is a little bit more difficult. Would be like y equals x squared minus 6x minus 16. Okay. Anytime the last term is negative, there will be one positive factor and one negative factor. So factors of 16 are 1 and 16, but because it's a negative 16, make one of the numbers negative, and then flip the negative and positive signs. Next one would be like a negative 2 and 8. And again, flip the negative and positive sign. So positive 2 and negative 8. And then one would be like 4 and negative 4. Because those two numbers are the same, you don't really need to write a negative 4 and a positive 4 because they're already there. All right. Now, whenever we add these together, we get 15, negative 15, 6, negative 6, and 0. Okay. Now, our B term here is negative 6. So the factors we're going to use are 2 and negative 8 because 2 minus 8 is negative 6. So our equation will be y equals x plus 2 times x minus 8. Where our x-intercepts would be x equals negative 2 and x equals positive 8. Now, there's one special type of equation. It's called a difference of squares. So I have x squared minus 16. Okay? If you notice, there is no bx down here. That's because b is equal to 0. All right? So just like the previous problem, we'll have negative 1 and 16, positive 1, negative 16, 2 and negative 8, negative 2, positive 8, and then negative 4 and positive 4. Whenever we add these together, we get our sums, but if you notice, negative 4 plus positive 4 is equal to 0. Whenever you see a difference of squares, so it only has two terms, and the second term is a square root, or can be square rooted to be a whole number, you're looking for the square root of that number. So the square root of 16 is 4. And your answer will be y equals x minus 4 times x plus 4, because the two factors add up to 0 and get rid of that middle term.